What is going on, everyone? We're back from the dead. 6 years it's been since any content was made on this channel, but we're finally back. I'm here today just to inform you that I've started a podcast. That is the CHAPS podcast. This is episode 3 that you're about to listen to. It's going live on the channel right here. If you want to keep up to date, all the socials will be below. We have currently uploaded 3 episodes. All 3 of those are on all of your podcast directories, of course, including Spotify and iTunes. Link will be in the description. Enjoy the show. If you like gaming or you like martial arts and the UFC, it will certainly be for you. Hopefully there's still some people alive on this channel. I know it's been a long time. If not, I'll leave it for now. Enjoy the show. Thank you so much for your time, and hopefully I'll speak to some of you guys in the comments and on Twitter. Take care, and thank you for your listen.
Are we back? Are we in? Are we in the mix?
We're back.
Oh, lovely.
How we doing?
Fantastic.
New year?
First day of the year.
New logo?
Here in New year, new logo.
Raspberry jam?
Gorgeous that as well. I rate the drippy jam.
Bloodhounds? just throwing words at you now. It's the first. Here we are, 2023.
How's the year treating you so far?
I have spent 10 hours of it at work. Fan-fucking-tastic.
Another
What about
busy
you?
day.
Yeah, absolutely heaving. I was about to... But 2022, what a fucking year for mixed martial arts, UFC in particular.
Yeah.
Especially what we've been through for the last 3 years with Fight Island and then the Apex.
It felt this has felt like the first year it's been back.
Yeah,
like properly
100%.
back in front of audiences, back in London for the first time in a long time.
God,
That's our first live event together. That was mad.
That was incredible. Going there as the... what do we dress up as?
Dr. Gonzo and Rowdy.
Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
Yeah. That was mad, and just like the whole, it just feels like the whole script and thrown out the window. The UFC this year, like so many title changes, the pound for pound rank has been ripped apart.
100%. Sorry, that drink absolutely fucking threw me off there.
God, yeah.
Cherry vodka and that.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, no, pound for pound rankings. You wouldn't have looked at them the way you see them now this time last year, would you?
I think what was like top 3 going into 22. I think you had Kamaru number
Usman,
1.
Volkanovski, and
Volkanovski was up there. Izzy was up there.
was maybe Izzy one above Volkanovski.
I think Izzy might have been above him going into 22.
Yeah,
and then Oliveira was up there. I think
Yep.
Holloway was up there as well.
He definitely was. He's still in the top.
He's still in the pound for pound.
Yeah.
But he just got obviously destroyed by Volk, didn't he? And then only man left standing out of that lot in the top of the pound for pound is
Volky boy.
Volkanovski.
Yeah, and he's a few months away, and we'll see what's going down. We'll see what's happening. I mean, today we got quite a few things to talk about, haven't we? We've had many ideas, but we really wanted to touch on not so much a scripted episode, but we want to talk about a few things. I think really we wanted to base off of. I was going to hit you with a few questions, and I think you got a few questions for me. Knockout of the year. I've wrote down a few bits. I've got a few notes, but a lot of it.
I can imagine we're probably on the same page with number 1, a magical night.
A magical night.
We'll never
indeed.
forget.
Yeah, easily. My number 1 is Headshot.
Oh,
Dead.
Leon Rocky Edwards. Yeah, there's
You gotta put it out of fire, Leon.
Yeah, no contest. No, look at me now. No, like absolutely no contest there. Like it was just incredible. Like literally, like an actual Rocky movie. It was just
It was
unbelievable. Setting the scene. We were here, weren't we? Like 5:30 a.m.
This
6
wall
a.m.
you done.
Like
Look
that.
at the damage you done to
I
this
know,
wall.
yeah, fuming.
I think this is the pillow. This one under here that you lobbed against the wall, and you're like, "Fuck this!"
It was such a promising night, wasn't it? For British, like just combat sports across the board. Joshua had been butchered, so that was done.
That was that night.
Michael Venom Page had lost bare knuckle against Mike Perry. So it was a pretty poor night.
Mike Perry out there doing TikTok dances now. Someone needs to check up on him.
Yeah. Who's the real winner there? and then, Leon, a phenomenal round 1, got us all excited. And then going into like 2, 3, and 4 was just not good viewing there.
No.
And then I was fuming, throwing pillows against the wall, getting ready to go to bed.
Absolutely raging.
And then you didn't even like it. It didn't really sort of process, did it?
No, you like kind of jumped up, and I was sitting there, and I was like fucking out my head, ready.
I can't remember which one of us. I think we're both working actually the next day.
I think so, and I was like ready to shut down and have a heart attack.
Yeah, Dean Thomas
just been
was ripping
hospital.
our boy apart.
Had I just been hospital?
Yeah, you'd been in hospital. Yeah,
I'd had CPR.
yeah. Dean Thomas was telling us that Leon was a broken pig or something, calling him a broken pig.
You see him? He's a broken
Yeah,
pig.
can't even look his trainers in the eye.
Yeah, Dean Thomas ate his own fucking words.
He did.
Yeah, that was mad. I remember it took me like 10 seconds to process what was going on. I mean, the part of it doesn't help that we sit here like 12 hours at a time with like no sleep.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that was absolutely crazy.
And you had to get that poster in your basket ASAP.
That poster was purchased, and I remember that as well. I was nervous because I never got a email receipt, and it just
pitched
turned
up one day, didn't it?
It just turned up. Number 2 for me. I'm gonna see what your number 2 potentially might be. This one, it was tough for me. I think I'm a little bit biased because we were there, but it was the spinning elbow from Molly in London. Purely because we saw it live.
That was mad.
I remember me like running down the stairs and screaming into the something into the octagon or something.
Oh god, we were smashed. Yeah, it was such a. You had already been trying.
You want to wake up now?
You'd been trying to scrap Topori already at that point, so it's we're already quite a few drinks.
El Matador.
Yeah,
that certainly was number 2.
I rate that as an incredible knockout. For me, it's a bit of a curveball I put for number 2. Marlon Chito Vera against Dominic Cruz.
The punch and then into the leg kick. Unbelievable. The left kick. Yeah. That was incredible, to be fair. What a gear for Chito as well.
And like an honourable mention, my poor boy.
Oh, we've got the same honourable mention then. Your boy Ferguson.
Yeah. Looked like a corpse in the octagon, and Michael Chandler's there doing like 4 or 5 backflips.
On his corpse.
At that point, I wasn't sure if like Ferguson was actually still alive.
Yeah,
so
you were raging.
Yeah,
every backflip, you got progressively more angry. And he just kept going, and then he kind of looked. It's almost as he looked into your eyes through the camera and was like, "You want another one?" Like another backflip.
Yeah, and he was like beating his chest, like, "Where's my son?" I don't know where your son is. Like, is Ferguson alive or not? I don't know where your son is. You've just like killed one of my heroes. I can't tell you where your son is.
Unreal knockout though.
That was incredible. That was incredible.
Fucking McGregor's tweet about poor Ferguson's face being a like, crunched up fucking McDonald's bag.
That was sad as well. He was doing so well in that first round, and like
he rocked Chano. He dropped him. Didn't he?
And then it just looked god awful against Nate Diaz in the last one. So I think he's changed for the worse since that knockout.
That was actually my runner-up as well. Skipped ahead a little bit, but my 3rd place was the Jamal Hill fight against the boy Johnny Walker.
Oh, Johnny Walker never disappoints.
Maybe because it was a meme because of Johnny Walker getting knocked out. What was it, 4 times?
Oh, and that old school fight.
Yeah. But that was just he just froze him on the spot. So that would definitely be my top 3 with the honourable mention of Chandler, who's beeping over here. I'm turning that off. But yeah, so that's my knockout. What would you say your 3rd is? 3rd place, if you've got one.
3rd,
or would you probably put the?
I guess I'd put the Ferguson KO in there as 3rd. There was a lot of big knockouts, to be fair, this year, wasn't there?
There was some crazy. It's just that I think
the whole story behind Edwards just sort of overshadows it all.
Oh, easily. Oh, look at that.
Jose Aldo.
Yeah, I don't know. Sorry for context, we're on MMA memes right now. I'm just scrolling through them, just having a little look. But in other news, I finally finished Red Dead. We spoke about that last time. I was about to talk about old Black Lung, how he was butchered. And now it's all finished. Yeah, fucking gone. What an incredible game that is.
You hanging up the old cowboy boots, aren't you?
Yeah, well, my cowboy boots are out. They got quite muddy. They're out on the shoe rack. I don't know if you saw them when you came in, when you checked in. But I think I'm hanging those up as well. And I've gone through my Viking stage, gone through my cowboy stage. 2023, I don't know. What phase are we going through?
So we're heading to Rio in a couple of weeks, aren't we? Maybe you go for your Brazilian phase.
Yeah. Maybe I'll become a translator on the UFC. I can translate for the boys or something.
Yeah, he's pretty useless, the one they got. So
I'll dye my trim, even though the trim's going. I'll dye it blonde, and I can be Oliveira's translator. If I dye it blonde enough, I'll just mix in with one of his boys anyway. They probably wouldn't even know. Obviously, I'm missing a bit of a tan, but
you can fly into his gaff because it hasn't got a roof on it.
Oh, no roof on the gaff. Yeah. Fucking hell, yeah. Fucking hell, there we go. Next thing I want to talk about was debut of the year. Now, I wrote down 2. Interestingly enough, my fighter who's debut of the year, who I think deserves the honour, is actually someone the UFC didn't mention. I actually checked out what they put on their honours earlier, and they had quite a few fighters on there. But mine would be the old the boy Jack Della. I surprisingly found that they hadn't even mentioned that, so I left some notes here. I mean, 3 fights in the UFC, his debut right at the beginning of the year. No mention from them at all, which is a bit of a crime. But 3 fights, 3 first round knockouts, which is just incredible.
Yeah.
Should I say first round finishes?
He's been on a great run.
Comes out literally pure smoke. Very excited to see what he does in 2023. If it wasn't Jack Della, then it would probably be a pure, maybe a little bit biased here as well because we saw him. But
that's what I was thinking.
Makaev,
yeah, that's what I went with.
We missed that fight, so I say we saw him, but I remember we were on there because we had to go straight from work to the O2, so we didn't get to leave in time, and we were on the tube, and I had the tube's O2 Wi-Fi. It was going in and out, and I remember there was about 100 people crowded around me looking on my phone. And we managed to see him take him down with that guillotine. That
it was so slick, wasn't it?
It was like a guillotine into, and then he almost got taken down himself by was it Cody Durden, I think?
Yeah, it was a great fight. It was a just impressive debut, really, and he's had a couple of decent fights since then. So yeah, that was my pick, which you probably say is just sort of biased, like the English thing, but only sort of other one I wanted to mention as well, which is probably going to be more sort of recency bias, was Raul Rosas Jr. because it's just so impressive the way he absolutely dominated Jay Perrin.
That was incredible
in that one.
Yeah, it was Jay Perrin, but it was also incredible at the same time. So no, I can agree with that. That was something pretty.
I'm just
special.
looking forward to seeing what he has in the next few years, to be fair, as well.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see who they match him up against next. I'm really interested to see what fights kind of. I'll be honest with you, I've really looked at nothing going into the new year. I was so kind of just set on ending this year and just sorting shit in general. I haven't even looked really at the 283 card.
We're in Rio in a couple of weeks, aren't we? And
I barely looked at it.
We know obviously the last minute main event that's been put on there, Jamal Hill and Happy Old Man.
Happy Old Man, that would be very exciting.
I'm pretty interested in seeing that one, to be fair.
I feel like if Jamal takes it though, my pick obviously in our first episode was that Jamal Hill would end the year as a champ. I feel like if he takes it, I can't see him do it, because look, if you take that in Jan, you've got to defend it maybe twice in a year, maybe.
It's a hard one, isn't it? The light heavyweight always seems to be quite like sort of tied up. So if he wins that, you've got Johnny Walker and Paul Craig are on that card, so maybe one of them might be sort of getting close to being put in the mix.
Yeah, 100%. I don't know.
What is going
on? I don't know. I really don't know. But yeah, no.
Oh God! Oh no!
The new Khabib ex Bisping collab.
That's just the new
because of his eye.
The new Dagestani geezer that's just been signed to UFC. That's gonna be.
He butchered someone, didn't he, in the street?
Oh yeah, he scrapped someone in Russia because they were like kissing in public or something. That's just how it is there. Apparently, is what he said.
Street rules. Fair enough. There he is again.
Did you pick a sub of the year? Was that
sub of the year? As you can see, I've got it up on the screen there. I picked Jessica Andrade against Amanda Lemos. That standing arm.
That was
triangle.
Impressive. That was very impressive.
Was absolutely stunning.
For me, again, like, we're probably going to get called out for just the fact that we were there.
Go on.
But this was our boy Paul Craig.
Paul Craig, yeah.
With that triangle, choke out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere.
So
he was getting hammered on the floor.
Krylov, just getting butchered, and just pulls that out of nowhere. Just cinches it up.
That was
incredible.
Very interesting.
Incredible.
Indeed. Improved fighter of the year? Most improved? I almost went with Cheeto, as you can see on the screen, and then Dober in his last fight against Bobby Green was just taken.
Drew Dober's been incredible. Drew Dober's like really won me over.
This year, especially after.
I'm just like a massive fan now. Like I just can't wait to see his fight.
It's just so exciting. Like you think the Terrence McKinney fight, unbelievable fight. Then the what's his name, Rafael Alves, the robot. Unbelievable fight.
That was great.
Geezer's there doing breakdancing in front of him, but just an amazing scrap.
Yeah.
And then obviously the Bobby Green fight. I mean, like even Bobby came out and was just freestyling, and then the way he dropped him was just
so good in that first round.
Incredible.
And then I can't wait to see him going forward now. Like he's just like a clone of like Michael Chandler, really, in the lightweight division. Like they're just so exciting.
Yeah,
I can't wait to see him fight again. I want to see those two fight before Chandler goes.
100%.
That would be incredible.
100%. But yeah, I think he definitely takes that. I mean, 2 losses in 2021 against Islam, which arguably you can't
aged
really.
Very well.
Yeah, exactly. And then Brad Riddell, which now maybe not, but at the time,
so well.
At the time, Riddell was on a 6-fight win streak. 3 of those in the UFC. So
he's just I remember we first started seeing Drew Dober fight, and we're just like, weren't really sold on him, were we?
No.
But then he's really
that
grown
was
on me.
because I think he fought. I remember the first time I watched him fight was actually I jumped on the bandwagon. I never saw any of his fights outside of the UFC, but I think it was on Fight Island. I'm pretty sure it was the time we were watching one in there, in the other room. And I remember us both saying that we're like, this is just boring. This is just really boring.
And
I can't remember who the opponent was.
He is just class, isn't he? Yeah, I think we've watched a lot. It's like we've not missed a single pay per view together this year. We've watched them all together, and we've picked up a lot of his fights. I think we have this like 3 years now. We've been watching them all. It's mad.
What do you think about Ngannou putting mileage on Chris Curtis?
Poor old Chris. What a way to celebrate a win.
It's the
way
way,
go back and spar.
The way he was like mounting
it's
him.
Like, yeah.
And he's like fully right up in him.
It's like the arched back as well.
Yeah.
Like, he's proper putting mileage on him.
Yeah.
Working him.
Yeah. Chris Curtis comes back from an incredible win. He's just knocked out one of my boys, and he comes back, and instantly the leader of the pack
just gets mileage
just
from Ngannou. It gets me as the
brilliant meme.
The casting.
The casting couch. That's fantastic. That's so good. Yeah. Brilliant.
Yeah, that's it. That was incredible. What a moment that is to.
Bug Rose as well. In Fury, getting submitted by who was it? Gillian. Who was it? Oh my god, we literally
had it up earlier on.
We know her. I can't remember her name. But yeah, got submitted as well.
Yeah,
that throws more fuel into the fire, doesn't it, with the Fug Rose talk?
Yeah, it's been a pretty bad end to the year, hasn't it? The way it's been
at the end of
the way it's been going. It's been an odd year. There was some pretty funny moments, just like memories that stick out for me, just like stuff that won't make sense to a lot of people listening, but like stuff that sort of resonates with me and you watching the fights.
Yeah.
Going back to January, so almost like a year ago.
Okay.
Ngannou v Garn, first pay-per-view of the year. I just remember us sitting here at like 5:30 a.m. or whatever it was, the main event starting.
Yep.
And you're putting your bets on.
Oh yeah.
And I remember you saying like how good the odds were at Ngannou getting a decision win. Which like, obviously it's not going to happen, is it? Yeah. And like in the same breath, we point out Kamaru Usman in his corner.
And it was Ngannou. The big bet was like 100-1. It was Ngannou to land 2 takedowns.
Yeah.
And I put about £2 on it, and I was like, God, it's never gonna come in. Is it? And literally, as we're saying that, we're watching him walk out with Usman. Yeah. And it's like,
we're like,
but we're so fucked at that time. We've been up for like 24 hours. We don't even put 2 and 2 together.
And like round 1, Garn's like styling on him. Garn takes round 1.
Yeah.
And then like 2, 3, 4, 5. Like there's just like a giant Kamaru Usman in there,
literally,
just with a dead trim, but he's got a trim,
a dying trim,
just
indeed.
Absolute like blast double leg takedowns and stuff, just like absolutely throwing him around.
That was incredible.
That was mad.
I remember watching that back at the gym the next day, and I was just like, wow, like how did we not put that together? You're watching him walk out with Usman.
Yeah,
and
it's like
it's like a cheat code, that bet.
It's like people can sympathise in the UK when you've been watching fights for that many hours.
Fucking hell, yeah.
Your brain doesn't work as it should.
I think I definitely need to mention that every time we watch one of these fights, it's not like we work 6 days a week, so it's not like we have a Saturday to chill. It's like we get up at 8. Well, we get up at 6 in the morning. We go to work for 8. We get back to mine for 6. We've got a few hours to start drinking, and then the fights go on till 6 in the morning, and then we go straight back to work.
Yeah.
So sometimes with some of these, some people be like, "How do you not remember that?" It's like brain's a little bit foggy when you're running on like an hour's sleep.
So that was quite a funny memory. Again, like earlier on from the year last year was. In February, the second pay-per-view, there was a lot of hype going. Obviously, like it was nothing to do with the main events, but there's a lot of hype going in from Izzy's boy Blood Diamond to make his debut.
Diamond, and he got absolutely
butchered.
Yeah, I was buzzing for him as well.
Yeah. I don't think he's won since.
No, he hasn't. He lost again. He didn't get absolutely butchered in his second fight, but he did. I think he lost either in the 3rd round or it was a decision. I can't remember, but I don't believe he's won in the UFC. If I remember right.
That's a real underwhelming debut and sort of career so far. And then going forward from there, we had like the cringiest press conference of all time in March as well, with Masvidal against Covington.
Oh, with the golden briefcase.
What was in that briefcase?
Like an NFT card or something, wasn't
it? But he like burnt it. Covington's one or something.
It was very cringy.
It was so shit.
Yeah.
And he started playing things off of his phone, didn't he, Masvidal? Like, Jorge Masvidal's my best
Best
friend.
friend. He just kept, he did it once, and it really didn't resonate with everyone in there. And you thought, right,
it just
geezer,
felt so flat.
You fucking leave that alone now. And then Jorge Masvidal's my best. It's like, all right, geezer, twice.
Yeah. Fardy Montana. It was like loving that. It was awful, awful.
That was crazy.
Maxwell's obviously, like we've spoken about already, was us going to the O2, running about dressed as Raoul Duke and Dr. Gonzo.
Mate, when we're on the train, everyone just looking at us. And when we got to the O2, people taking photos of us.
Yeah, people trying to buy my shirt.
Fucking hell, yeah. People were trying to give you bugle for your shirt.
To buy my shirt, yeah.
Absolutely not. They're not having that shirt.
It was how weird. It was like a different like planet in the O2 that night.
So
just
strange.
the shit that was happening.
Yeah, people fucking smoking fags in the toilet.
Yeah. People smoking fags in the toilet.
It was just very bizarre. People trying to scrap panels in the ceiling to go to the bar. You went to the bar.
Yeah, getting scrapped at the bar. Geezer's card didn't work. Mum got a fresh credit card.
He was trying to remortgage his gaff to get a drink or something.
Yeah.
Trying to throw out smoke. That was an incredible night.
That was mental.
We had our friend from Scotland.
Yeah. It was just such a mad night, wasn't it? Running around trying to find that poster.
Oh, that poster right there. Yeah. That was it. We went to the one shop and I was like, "Have you got any of these left?"
There's one at the entrance
one more. And the fucking UFC done me dirty there, because then a week later it was on. I think to this day they're gone now, but they had them then for like months after on the US side.
Yeah, they were fucking bluffing.
And I fucking paid over the odds for that, but it was the memory, and it was taking
that
back on the train, and that fucking big old thing was hilarious.
So many people. There's people like dancing on on police cars.
Mate, I was waiting to have to start scrapping someone for that poster.
Yeah,
someone eyes on what that is.
That was such a mad that we were just fucked as well. Like, we had so much to drink. That was mad. And then April was probably like my card of the year, up there on your wall as well. Incredible card. A fight on there that, again, people won't understand the funniness of it. But Pichel making himself into a meme for us, like a personal meme.
Vince Pichel and Mark Masden.
Yeah, getting up and pushing him and going, woo, and running his fingers across his throat.
Giving a little death sign. That is a personal meme for us.
And then coming out in round 3 and getting butchered again.
Remember when he was getting rocked?
Rocking him like a baby.
Masden kind of picked him up like a little baby.
Yeah, and then we had Tisha Torres, Mackenzie Dern, incredible fight.
The arm.
Tisha Torres, arms didn't get snapped somehow.
I love Mackenzie Dern.
Yeah.
Love my life.
I'm in love.
Yeah, literally.
That was incredible. Burns Chimaev, like fight of the year.
Well, that is my fight of the year. We were going to get to that, but we might as well speak about it.
We'll move on. We'll touch on that again.
That is my fight of the year.
That was incredible. And then I particularly remember the co-main event.
Mate, we need just a bit of context again. We got constant silly things coming up on the TV in front, and we are going video this year.
Yeah.
We'll have it so that we'll have the cam here so you can see our ugly mugs, and then we'll be able to have a little shot of what we're seeing at the same time as well, because we've got some stupid shit going on.
I think Costa Paulo Costa initially posted this.
Oh, okay. People might know then. Yeah, Bisping protecting England against a little goblin.
Figueiredo is a goblin, and he's like trying to sort of wave him down, and that vile little goblin that always hangs around with him.
Roll Wogan.
Yeah, dressed as a wizard. Maybe we'll if this goes on YouTube, we can maybe just sort of put this in somewhere.
I'll throw that in. I'll throw that in. Yeah, I need to remember to do that.
Maybe we'll stick it on the old Instagram as well, just so people have some context.
Gorgeous photo, to be fair.
And back to the 273 card though. The co-main on there. We were pretty hyped up for it. We were safe to say we're Aljamain Sterling fans.
The boy.
We actually have somewhere here. There's a little Aljo in a little spacesuit. It's a story for another day, that one. But
keep talking.
There's an Aljamain Sterling in a little spacesuit. Safe to say we're Aljo fans. And that was he's fought a couple of times this year. That was his first fight this year. The rematch with Yarm. A lot of controversy going on. A lot of people talking dirty about Aljamain going into that fight, thinking he was going to get butchered.
100%.
And we had a little shrine up here. We had Aljo in his space.
Aljo t-shirt. I'm an Aljo fanboy. I think it's important to say as well that we were supporting Aljo. People hated on Aljo, and then he got a few W's, and then people started jumping a little bit.
A lot of people still hate him. But yeah, well, there's some Aljo love in this gaff.
Oh, 100%.
We had our little belts out. And I remember,
Space Boy
there
Aljo.
he is. There's
There
Aljo
he
in
is.
his spacesuit. Again, that's a story for another day that we will get into.
Yep.
But I remember him winning. It was a decision win. Like he was doing very well. Took his back a lot of time. Backpack, wrap, all that shit.
Backpack, Cheeto, Dorito.
Yeah. And it was a close call. He got the decision when we were jumping around with our belts, and we had a picture.
Oh, of yarn.
Yarn, and you set it on fire.
I set it on fire and chucked it out the window. And the worst part is I set it on fire and only half of it burnt, and it was at the bottom of my fucking balcony.
You were looking at that horrific thing.
And then when everything goes normal and we forget that we can't act like absolute apes, and it goes to like 5 a.m, and
we actually are in the real world,
and we're in the real when the sun comes up, I realised that all my fucking neighbours were going out and looking at a picture of a half-burnt fucking pet of yarn, which probably didn't look that good. There's no physical. I don't actually want pet of yarn to burn.
No, yeah, it's a bad look for us.
It didn't look great.
It was just in the moment.
It was in the moment. I was buzzing.
And then it was such a good card, like from start to finish. And then the sun was up. There's seagulls like squawking outside, and we watched Volkanovski absolutely butcher the zombie.
I've got the zombie trim.
Can anyone confirm if Korean Zombie's still alive? We've not seen the boy.
We did see him at an event, but I reckon it could be a clone.
It could be. It could be. I know last I heard they were sending his trim back to his missus.
AI is very good nowadays. But yeah, we've got the canvas up there.
Poor old boy.
With the picture is quite haunting, isn't it? It's Volk giving the Zombombe.
Yeah.
I should say for context, Zombombe, of course, is the Korean
zombie. Yeah, we're just part of the thing where
idiots.
We started shaking out his wrists because it's like, zombie's ready now.
Zombie is ready.
Continue to get butchered.
But there's a picture on the wall of him getting, his face is getting crumpled up.
Drop of blood on that canvas. Is it the zombies? Is it Chimaevs? Is it Burns? Who knows?
Mate, it's probably Burns or Chimaevs, to be honest.
Bleeding like pigs, weren't they? Those two.
It could be fucking Vince's. As he was giving one of them, fucking drops of blood came out.
He did cut his throat, didn't he? Yeah.
He never cut his throat.
And then rolling on later on in the year, we had obviously Chandler butchering my boy. Worst title fight I've ever seen live with you. Esparza and Fug Rose. I'm the best.
That was
hands down the worst title fight I've ever seen live.
Yeah, that was very bizarre.
Photo on the screen now is some goblin we saw on the back of a bus.
It was an oath, wasn't it? That was an oath.
A bit, yeah. Picture the back of a double decker bus
taken up by an oath.
There's this big old thing taking up the whole of the bus, looking at us.
Yeah,
he was really looking at us, wasn't he, through the window at work? That was really haunting.
What have we got here? We've got let me see. Has this got any context of sound? Have we got sound? Here he is. Where is he?
This is again a guest that we're having on next year.
Where is he? There he is. There he goes. Steam train. Oh gosh, steam train. Anyway, enough.
Love it, lads.
Love it, lads. The boy's in Amsterdam at the moment, isn't he?
He is.
He's with old Johan, isn't he?
Yeah. He's there. He's in Amsterdam in his Marley shirt. He's absolutely. I love it, lads.
Yeah, he's probably having a great time. Look at his new trim as well.
Yeah, they're fresh trim out in Dam. He loves it. He absolutely loves it.
I'm going off topic there. This fucking vodka is disgusting, mate.
Oh, good.
Have a little bit of Dutch courage. Not really Dutch, but it's fucking disgusting. So really that covers those, isn't it? It covers all of the UFC bits.
A lot of like the funny nights and stuff that I remember. I mean, there's some returns, like looking into next year, some like big fights we put out on the social, some fights we're looking forward to.
Come on, please.
A lot of the if you check out on the Instagram and the Twitter, you can see the fights we put on there. 3 of them sort of like hinge on obviously like big returns actually happening. I suppose 4, you could say that Colby is like a return as well. Fuck knows what's happened to him.
Well, half his tooth's missing. He's
Maslow jumped out of the bushes and attacked him.
Yeah.
He's not really been seen since.
For context, follow the Chaps podcast on Instagram and Twitter. We like to communicate with people and post pictures. It's a great plug there, wasn't it? I really sold that, I reckon.
Yeah.
But Chaps podcast, Twitter and Instagram. We'll be on OnlyFans soon as well.
Yeah, very soon. You want it, you're getting it.
It's been a lot of calling from Japan for the Corys.
Yeah, Japan. One thing I will say about the Japanese fans, gagging to see our Corys.
Yep, and we are gagging to give back.
of the returns for next year. Like, which do you think is actually most likely to happen? Obviously, you've got the Bones, you've got McGregor, Cejudo, and the most excited you're for, Nick Diaz.
Yeah. Right. So I think the one that will absolutely will happen is Henry. I think that's happening.
There's
regardless.
been rumours, isn't there, of Aljo and Cejudo actually happening.
I think, and regardless if he doesn't fight Aljo, I think he's coming back to fight.
I think he
this
has
year.
to. He's really he's done himself like he retired to try and get more money out of Dana. I think it's all been completely butchered. He's just like wasted like sort of 3 years of his prime really. But yeah, I think he needs to make a comeback.
And then after that, I'd say the McGregor. That's what I want to see the most. I'm very McGregor biased. I'm one of those little like UFC fans that came up on McGregor. I'm really one of those fake UFC fans that just entered the scene in like 2013, 2014, 2015. Just kind of came out of nowhere. I was like, I love the UFC.
It'd be interesting to see what fucking weight he comes back at, wouldn't it? Man's looking huge right now.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. John Jones. That's
return of the GOAT.
Just stay away from the fucking yayo. Stay away from the bugle.
Yeah, keep him out of Vegas.
Don't go to Vegas.
They're talking about bringing him back in Vegas.
No, don't fucking get him anywhere near Vegas.
It's like they want to butcher the pay-per-view.
If he's going to Vegas, he needs to be in Dana's palm the whole time. Just keep him clear.
But Dana has too many brasses around him. It's just not good news either.
Yeah. Dana and his brass houses. Allegedly, should I say?
I feel like that's just bad news as well.
Knocking at the door.
So delete that, you goof. That's going to be on the thing, isn't it?
Fucking there's a pink Dana at my front door right now.
Red as you like. He's cross. Yep. I think Bones needs to come back.
Oh, 100%.
Remind everyone who the GOAT is.
You need
at
that.
Heavyweight.
You need that.
Do you think he's going to be successful at heavyweight?
It's so difficult, isn't it? Because when someone has so long out of the game, you have this image of what they were before, and then you have this like level of hype on how you think they're going to come back. And some people come. I mean, the way I'd look at it is, I could be wrong here, but has there been many fighters in the history of the UFC that have had a successful reign, gone and then come back and been just as successful? There's been fighters that have come back certainly and given up good fights and gone on a bit of a winning streak again. But has anyone ever really come back and done like
at that level of like being level? Sort of arguably? There's no one, is there? Arguably, like
since like the 90s,
top of their game. I mean, that's where GSP went away and came back and was pretty impressive. But like, it's just I don't know. It's hard to say. Coming back at a different weight class as well is obviously going to be.
And we've seen a lot of fighters come back at heavier weight classes recently and not really perform on the level that they should.
Just a lot of these like big fighters that you sort of grow up remembering being great and they come back just to see them get butchered. That seems to be quite a common theme recently.
Conor McGregor.
Yeah. Poor Luke Rockhold.
Oh, God, yeah, Luke Rockhold.
To be fair,
mate, when he
not
was
smothering
that fucking
Costa.
Blood all over Costa's face. Yeah. Fucking
rubbing his blood all over Costa's face.
Absolutely mental.
But yeah, what about your boy Nick Diaz? He's coming back calling out Izzy Adesanya. Is he getting the middleweight belt in 23?
100%. I mean, mate, remember his last fight when he came out
Robbie
with
Lawler? Yeah, that's incredible.
Remember he came out with that fucking jump kick.
That big old kick almost
blew his knee out,
knocked Lawler out, didn't he? With that first kick, incredible.
And then that was it. Yeah,
that was it. Yeah, he blew his load in that first kick, and then absolutely blowing
the Diaz brothers.
Yeah,
what guys? Yeah, you really have to. But yeah, no, I mean, that's that. What else is going on really at the moment? Anything else? Anything else on the cusp? Real life? Fake life? Fantasy life?
Real life? I mean, I don't know. I've been thinking about the just the podcast today. Really, I mean, there's other bits. I don't know if we're going to do a separate one talking about like the game and stuff and just like Christmas and stuff in general. But
yeah. I think
like another episode. But I mean,
it's still early days.
In terms of UFC, I think those are the sort of the main bits covered. I think we're obviously going to do a separate one looking into 283.
100%.
What's happening in a couple of weeks.
I would say, obviously, viewership at the moment, or I say viewership, listeners. We've obviously been mixing a little bit. We've had one episode centered around gaming, one episode centered around the UFC. I think eventually we would like to, hopefully we get to a stage where we've got enough of I keep saying viewership,
like an audience.
Enough of an audience where we can kind of just merge episodes into certain topics, because we haven't had a whole lot of feedback yet about whether people want it as just one or whether people were happy with it being one kind of more centered towards the main cards. I think the way we'd like to do it is bring it to more of a general chat and then have our separate episodes as well where we discuss the upcoming numbered events. So
yeah, I think the UFC, like episodes sort of write themselves, really, don't they? Because there's constantly pay-per-views and stuff coming up. I think we can have sort of like the more laid back sort of like bantery shows that we're doing today
100%.
as well.
There's definitely a market as well for us to start doing episodes where I give out my tips for the bets.
Oh yeah,
Mate,
yeah.
I'm on a roll.
Yeah.
You know,
sometimes you'll just know.
Sometimes you just know. I definitely need to start jumping on those.
Your hit rate, it's
my
phenomenal.
hit rate is unbelievable. I think I'm on about 8% conversions.
It's incredible. Yeah,
stunning. That.
Have you still got your research team?
I've still got my research team. They haven't been on in a while. I remember that one. They were on for London, and it fucking went wild. I went like 12 out of 13.
To be fair, London, all our tipping there was like, back the English fighters, and they all came in. London was incredible. I mean, like, a minute of silence for Jai Herbert and Corey McKenna. Those are the only ones that didn't actually come in.
Especially Jai, the way he got fucking dropped.
Yeah. But yeah, everything else seemed to come in then, didn't it? Like the main card was just mad.
Everything.
Paddy, like so many Paddy wigs everywhere. We were scrapping some guy next to us who was cheering for.
I threw him down the
Dan
stairs.
Hooker.
Not literally, but he almost went down the stairs.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and you know what? We love Dan Hooker as well, but you can't be over Arnold.
Boy. Oh god, yeah. What a fight!
There they are as well. Actually, they're in my gaff. Aren't they?
I forgot they were co-main.
Yeah. What a fucking night that was as
Aspinall,
well. Yeah. There we are. But yeah, man, I think we can wrap that up there.
Yeah.
Anything else to say?
No. Again, what an incredible year it was. Like, no signs of it slowing down in 2023. So
No. And hopefully the podcast will.
Lots more for us to cover. Yeah, definitely.
This will be our 4th episode going live. We're still learning. We're still adapting. We've got many ideas. We've got some really fun things in the lockup.
Yeah, hoping to go like more video, aren't we? And having just some more
Chaps Tavern.
Yeah, Chaps Tavern. Yeah, some more sort of funny episodes.
We got ideas.
That we can sort of interact with. And then this is a bit more of a funnier one, but we will be doing obviously more sort of deeper dives into the pay-per-view cards as well for the MMA fans out there.
All I should say,
actually want to take on it.
If you like what you listened to so far, this is just the start. We've got a lot more coming. It's this is our first time doing this. We're still learning. We're getting there, but we just hope everyone's going to join in for the ride. Basically, fucking help us get out of our jobs.
That's what I'm saying. Like, this isn't just like a little fad we're doing now. Yeah, this is our only hope.
Yeah,
it's to save us.
Please, I'm fucking begging you.
We are going to be freeing slaves.
Just If anything, if you care about the other slaves of our work, we have promised. We've got this collective fucking group going that we will come back.
We're coming back for them. Yeah,
we're coming back to save them.
Some of you are stuck there.
Yeah. Some of you can fuck off and drown there as well. But we are coming back. But yeah, we'll leave it there today, guys. So please remember to follow the socials. Chaps Podcast on Twitter and Instagram. If you want to support us in any way, a listen is always appreciated.
Yeah, thank you so much for everyone listening so far.
Listen all the way through. And then a review on the two that are really important at the moment is Spotify. Nice and easy on Spotify. It's just 5 stars. You have to listen to at least 5 minutes of the episode and then a 5-star review. Apple, if you could leave a review, you can just once again leave a 5-star review, or alternatively, you can actually leave a nice constructive. You can leave a nice
some feedback.
Thank you. Save it there. Fucking butchered that. It's been a long day. But yeah, we'll leave it there for now, guys. Thank you for listening today. We will see you for Happy New Year. We will see you for 283. I think that's on the cusp, and we'll see you for the next episth. We'll have another gaming one on the cusp. We'll have another just shithousery waffling.
I feel like just funny ones like this, we get some MMA news up as well. Just like the funny stuff there. The exciting stuff.
You also broke some news on our Instagram, didn't you?
Yeah, a big new signing for the UK fans out there.
He's coming on over, isn't he?
Yeah.
Is he middleweight champion? Yeah?
Undefeated champion. Yeah. Christian Leroy Duncan. We actually caught his last fight.
We did
in Cage Warriors.
We did.
More of an accident than anything. We're not sort of avid viewers of Cage Warriors. Yeah. Admittedly, we all seen some of the big fights.
How did we get to that?
It's one of those where we're sort of in between a film or something, and we're obviously based in the UK, so we're waiting for the UFC to actually start most of the early prelims at like 11 o'clock.
Yeah.
And Fight Pass are normally showing sort of Cage Warriors or some other promotion on there beforehand. So there was actually quite a big event on there. I think one of the fighters we follow actually mentioned it. It might have been Paddy or something, to be fair, mentioned that they were there.
Paddy was there. That was
we,
right.
We stuck it on. There's some really good fights on there, to be fair.
We said that as well, didn't we? We said we'll see him in the UFC, and here we are.
Yeah. Here we are. Literally, about probably about a month ago, wasn't it? We
Yeah,
saw
it was
that.
about a month ago. Yeah.
Yeah, undefeated middleweight champion at the moment, making his debut at the pay-per-view in London in March. So what a massive stage to make his debut on.
Unbelievable.
So yeah, looking forward to that one, seeing how he progresses in the UFC. And what a year it's been for like UK MMA as well. We've got some massive fighters coming through. And obviously we've got a champion now.
Mate, it's so nice to see that we are actually making a difference to MMA now, and we actually have a bit more of a standing. Like, yes, we've had our champion in the past, we've had our boy Bisping, but that's all we really ever used to have. Yeah. Now it really feels like England is making like a bit
every weight class you've got someone who's there or thereabouts.
Yeah, you got someone. Yeah, so it's all good. It's all good. But yeah, we'll leave it there for now. We got to go get some food. I'm feeling Chinese. We'll see you in the next episode. Anything else to say?
No, I think that's it from me.
We'll leave it there. OnlyFans coming soon. Gonna keep plugging that, and we'll see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye now.